Hi, my name is Ryan, and I want to share a few things that we've released this week at Langtail. First up is a brand new langtail.com. We've highlighted here 4 main things that make Langtail a great product: the ability to debug prompts in the playground, to run tests, to deploy those prompts really quickly, and to monitor production with logs and metrics. So check it out if you haven't already. We've also released our pricing preview. So these tiers are not active yet, but they will be in the near future. We're launching with a free tier, which we think is going to be perfect for small projects. There's a mid tier that will start at $99 per month. And then for enterprises who need things like SOC 2 compliance or single sign-on, there's a tier for them. Next up is our docs page. We released this a week or 2 ago, and we've been publishing more docs ever since. So always check this out. There's new stuff coming regularly. Next, I want to introduce you to a new feature that we call Langtail Proxy. This is specifically for people who have already started building their application using, say, the OpenAI SDK directly and want to experiment with Langtail, maybe use some of those observability functions without having to migrate their prompts from their code base into Langtail. So let's take a look through this doc and we'll see some of the steps involved in doing this. It's pretty easy. First, we need to create a Langtail account, clearly. Then we generate a project API key. Then we're going to modify our code. And notice that the code modifications are pretty minimal. I'm going to look at the JavaScript OpenAI SDK version 4, and really the only changes to the standard code snippet are the base URL. We're going to proxy.langtail.com, and we're going to pass the Langtail API key instead of the OpenAI API key. There's also the ability to add some custom headers, but these are optional. You don't need to add them, but they're helpful if you're going to be filtering your logs later. And then test it out. So inside of Langtail, it looks something like this. This is my Langtail Proxy project here, and I can click logs, and I can see some requests are coming from the playground, and some requests are coming from this proxy. I can click in, and I can see what the prompt actually was, and I can open that in the playground and continue to test and refine it. So it's a really easy way to iterate on those prompts, even while they still live in your code base. While we're here, I want to introduce you to 4 really quick quality of life improvements that we released this week. The first is log filtering. So let's take a look back at this list of logs, and maybe I want to filter just by requests coming from the proxy. So I can click filtered by proxy and filters. If I go into a different project and open up a test, we now have the ability to run a single test instead of all of them at once. I also have the ability to cancel the test run. And finally, if I want to go into maybe the system prompt and add the current date, I can do that here. And that's supported now within Handlebars. So thank you so much for listening and for watching. This has been another Langtail update. See you next week.